For this warm-up, we're going to practice layering graphite so that you really can't tell what direction you are blending your graphite in. And so just to start, I have this really small piece of paper. We're going to take it and I guess hamburger fold it. So top to bottom. And from here, we are going to hot dog fold it. And then we are going to gradually trace the lines. Okay, so I'm opening it back out and tracing the fold lines just so we can kind of see what we're doing. Okay, now here, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to number this 1 through 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And what I'm going to do just to start is I'm going to choose my graphite. Okay, so my softer range graphite, you can do a 2B, a 4B, 5B, 6B, whatever makes your heart happy. And what we're going to do is do different layers of it to gradually darken it. Okay, so in this first one, we're just going to leave it at 1 layer of graphite. This will be 2 layers of this graphite, 3 layers, and 4 layers. Okay. And so the goal with this is to make it look seamless, so without any lines separating the pressure. So I am just going to use my pencil, hold my pencil back a little bit further, and I'm going to do 1 layer of graphite very lightly over this whole card. Okay, and so I'm kind of doing this quickly. The goal is to not really see the strokes of the graphite. I'm using my pencil on its side. Okay, and I'm filling this general card. Okay, so if you use the graphite on its side, it becomes a little bit less linear overall. Kind of like so. Right? And again, I can take the graphite off onto the table. It's not a big deal, as long as you're not writing on my table intentionally. All right, so right now, this isn't perfect, but this is what I have. Okay, so you can kind of see it's just sort of a general tone of graphite. It doesn't have a whole lot of marks separating the strokes and so on and so forth. Okay, I'm actually going to, at this point, flip my paper. Okay. And what I'm going to do is from this section onward, I'm going to do my second layer of graphite. So I'm going to avoid section 1 and I'm going to do this in a different direction. So I'm going to choose this direction to go in. I think you'll see what I mean in just a moment. So I'm going to cover section 4, 3, and 2 with another layer of graphite that goes in a different direction. And again, I'm trying to keep my stroke marks minimal. I'm not changing the pressure. I'm going to take my graphite off the paper. Okay, I'm not doing my second layer on the first one. Okay, so I'm avoiding column 1. Okay. So right now I have a second layer of tone. It's gone in a different direction. Okay, I can't tell that it's a different direction from the first one at all. All right. And then I'm going to, at this point, choose a different direction. So I think I'm going to go this way. And at this point, I'm going to avoid column 1 and 2 and just cover 3 and 4. So I'm going to go horizontal this time. Okay, again, I'm holding my pencil back. I'm just covering 2 and 3. I'm not pressing any harder. And I'm also trying to avoid any stroke marks with this. Okay, and again, you can take this off the paper as needed. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So at this point I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now what I'm going to do for my final layer of graphite, I'm just going to fill in this last section. So I can rotate my paper again. All right. And I'm just going to, again, not press any harder. Choose a direction and go in it and overlap my strokes so I can't see any stroke marks. And again, if I need to take this off the side of this, that's fine. Okay. And so the goal with this particular activity is not necessarily the pressure of anything, it's the layering of the graphite. So by making your strokes sort of blend in with the paper, okay, so using your pencil on its side, going slowly over each section, you can see what shading can look like as you build this up. So this is layer 1 of shading, this is layer 2, you can tell there's a little bit of difference. Between 2 and 3, there's less of a difference, but between 3 and 4, there is a difference, okay? So again, just practice holding your pencil back further, overlapping the strokes, changing direction each time, and notice that each layer of graphite really does impact your drawing. You're going to use this as you do your shading with your sphere, okay? You're going to practice layering graphite without strokes and doing it in different directions to build those layers of value, so those layers of shading.